What is going on, guys? Seveiir here, and this is a tutorial on how to do a model, a Cinema 4D model to enhance your backgrounds for either modelers themselves to like advance themselves in actually creating these, or the background designers just to enhance their actual background and add something more than just a text and a flare, etc. I can't really speak on much about backgrounds because I'm not the greatest, and I can say that, but still, I'm going to help you guys out with the Cinema 4D model. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, you need to have your Cinema 4D. That's just essential. It can be R13, R12, doesn't really matter. None of this stuff, both of this stuff is in R13 and R12 Studio, so it doesn't really matter which one you have. I'm just going to quickly open my light pack, which is also in my GFX pack. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it below, but it's my latest graphics pack, and it comes with this light pack, but not the material pack. I'll also link you Sharky. I bought this material pack the other day, and it is like sick. It's actually intense. It's got a lot. It was $15 US, and it's just got practically everything you need. I'll link that below. So go give Sharky some love, and yeah, just buy it. It's really worth it. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm gonna give you the Tune AI logo file in the description below, so you can just play around with that. Documents, graphics. I'll just quickly get the AI file up. Okay, so first of all, you've got your AI file. I'll link that in the below, but all you need to do is merge it and merge it with the light pack, so you've got it here, and you'll have all these paths. So you'll have 4 paths. It's gonna be a long tutorial, guys, so don't worry. Yeah, I guess strap on. Okay, you need 4 extra nerves, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you need to drag the parts under the actual nerves. So as you can see, it makes it 3D in basic terms, and you do that for all 4, and you just minimize it so you've just got the extra nerves. But as you can see, that's not how the actual Tune logo looks like. The Tune logo has these extruded themselves, so you just grab those 3. You want to pull it out a bit so it's just extruding, and it gives you the T shape. Alright, so now we got that done, you can make it a bit bigger by highlighting them all and pressing T and then just dragging. So I'm going to go to 130%, and as you can see, it's just the logo in 3D. But I want it to be a bit like in more depth, so at the back. So all you need to do is highlight them all. All you need to do is highlight them all, go to objects, go to your very left right movement, and go to about 100. It's probably a bit big. Yeah, I'm going to go 50. Yeah, 50 is good for me. Now, people like to add caps, so this is just going through the basics. All you need is scroll, like middle click or scroll click, and you need to go to the top right, and you're going to go down, and highlight the first layer, the big layer, so not the middle 3 T's, but the back layer, and you need to go to the right square, and you need to copy and paste it, and you need to go to your depth should be about 20, I guess, if you're going to do it twice. You need to go cap, fillet cap, and you need to go 1.5. Press E to drag back and see how it's created that fillet that most people do. It's fairly overused, but I still like the style. And just drop it there. It doesn't really matter if it goes over the line, it's just going to look the same anyway. So now you've got this with your little caps, I guess, and that's about it for creating the logo. So now you can add any color you want. I'm just going to do something probably later, but right now we won't work on that. So all you need to do is highlight them all, and you need to go objects, group objects, and then you need to click on the top thing twice, sorry, and well, I guess, yeah, it makes it disappear. Now just angle your camera back up by clicking this button so you're in view of the actual camera. So now you want to go up to your shapes tool and just hold it, so click it down and hold it, and you want to go to a cylinder or a disc. I recommend the cylinder because it's easier, and you want to go cylinder. Drag that up, press R for rotate, and then click on it, and then click shift. Now you can drag it in precision, so 90 degrees as you can see, so just drop it on 90, and now it's just a cylinder on its side. So now you want to go to object again, like we did with the other one, and make the radius about 100, 100. Yeah, that's big enough, and the height to about 50. Oh, 5050. Yeah, 50. So now you've got that. You want to put the height segments, and as you can see, they're just creating new cells along the edges. So you want about 5, just so you can get some. Actually, no, it's a bit too big. So you want to make 3 segments, 3 height segments, and your height wants to be about 30. Because you're going to add another one on the other side, so you don't really need to worry about that. So now that you've got your shape or whatever you want to do, you want to go rotational segments, and you want to go a bit more. And then you want to go slice. You want to go caps, and you want to make lots of caps. I'm going to make about 12 caps. So as you can see, it just looks like blank, blah, blah, blah. And right now, you cannot edit it. You can rotate it and do what you want, but you can't actually edit it. So now you have to go up to the parametric object. So that creates, well, basically all this does is you can create it, makes it editable. So you can either click that one, or if you don't really want to move your mouse over to the left, you go right and you go right click on the cylinder and you go down to make editable. As you can see, that little symbol is the same on make editable as over here. So just click that, and as you can see, it's still white, which is not what we wanted, but this one changes from a triangle to a cylinder to a triangle. Don't worry about that. Click on it and go to polygon mode. Now this means you can click each individual cell and you can change it. So as you can see, and this is where the basics of modeling comes into play. But right now you're not going to do that because we're only making this for a background, and it's not really a full tutorial on advanced shifting and the different. Oh, if you want to play around, and because I'm not really going to teach you in this tutorial, but if you want to play around with it, all you need to do is right click and you get all these tools, like the magnet tool. The most one everyone uses will to create actual models such as transformers and etc. Use the brush tool, and that gives you a full actual ability to change each point of a certain cell, and then you can just move it into whatever shape you want. As you can see, you can pull it out and do whatever you want. But that is only, and then you can work around, but that's not really what we're going to do right now. So we'll just go back, and first we want to go up to select and ring selection. If you watch my previous tutorials, it's going to be like the same, but this is basically what you have to do to create these models. So all you need to do is, I'm going to select 2 rings out the side. So you want to go to select, ring tool, polygon mode, and that's about it for right now. And you want to go extrude inner. When you right click, extrude inner, and you want to click control and then drag into the middle, so you've got this little cell like that shaded like that. As you can see, you've created another cell, inner cell, so you've got that line. So all you want to do now is go bevel, and you want to drag it. As you can see, it's created this nice little curved effect, well, starting to curve, and it's not straight, but it's curved, so you can continue to do that. I'm not going to do that because I've done that style a couple of times before and I didn't really like it. So I'm going to just create a backing for it. I'm going to extrude inner, I'm going to go back in. Okay, so now people really like the grunge or sci-fi look, so you want to go to ring selection and you want to go out. And to create this sci-fi look or technological or advancement, I don't really know what you want to call it, anything like that, all you need to do is really go to extrude now or matrix extrude. These are the only tools you really need to create these basic simple models that will look sick when you pull them out. So yeah, all you need to do is click extrude inner, click shift, and then you need to drag. So make your little, as I said before, make your individual cells, and then go to matrix extrude, and you click shift again, and then you just drag it. As you can see, that creates that kind of spiral shape. You don't need to do that. You can drag it anywhere you want. You can drag it out. By pressing control, it gives you a different kind of style. So you can see, creates that. And then if you want to make that smaller, bigger, you just click shift, and you can keep playing around with it, like until you find something you actually enjoy and like the look of. You don't really have to stick with it. I'm just gonna keep playing until I actually find something I like. So all I'm doing is changing from shift to control, and this is really basic, guys. Like this isn't very hard to do. All you need to do is keep doing that. And now I'm going to go to each individual cell on another one, and I'm going to go around the sphere. So you clear up to live selection tool up here just by clicking, and you click shift like you would do with a folder on your desktop to highlight multiple cells. And sometimes the camera goes out of whack, but don't worry about that. And you just go around the cells. Sometimes it's not going to be even, so you might have to skip out on one. But I'm going to go around here. Go, oh, good. It's odd number of cells. It's great. And you go all the way around. It's fairly boring. That's why modeling is fairly time consuming. But you just keep doing that until you've gotten each individual cell or whatever you want to do really. This, at the moment, I'm just really mucking around to get the best style for it. So as you can see, I've highlighted each individual outside cell in a checkered format. And I'm going to do the same thing again, and matrix, I'm going to go to extrude inner. I'm going to do the same thing. You're going to pull it in. I'm going to actually do the extrude and push it in. And as you can see, it drops its shape. Then I'm going to go extrude inner again, drag it in, go matrix extrude, and pull it out with using shift, and just pull it out like that. There are other ways you can do this, but this is being the simple way, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And as you can see, oh, I've done something down here, and I don't know what's done that, but the model has come out that way, and I don't really actually mind that shape. I'm kind of liking that style because it kind of gives an actual, whoop, that was way too big, a nice little platform, I guess. Okay, so see, that's just mucking around, and I've got this as a nice little, you can rotate it too. Oh, I'm upside down. Huh. Okay. If you want to edit it and rotate it itself, you can go back to live model mode, and you can press R, just rotate it to whatever you want to do. I'm going to rotate it so it's got its little platform. And as you can see, it's looking fairly standard at the moment. It's fairly boring. And we want to do something a bit more with that. So all you have to do is go through to the ring tool again, extrude, and push it in, and extrude inner. As you can see, it's bumped itself up for some reason. I don't know what's done that. But you can just keep playing around with it until you find something you really like the look of, and I'm starting to like the look of that. But people like to people seem to like the actual outside to have a different style on it, so I'm going to do that quickly. So all you need to do is highlight again the same cells, and you just keep going down on each individual cell, all the way down to the bottom, all around the actual model. And so yeah, it's practically, all it is practically changing a certain style to what you want it, and then just playing off that and seeing if you get a good result. So that's a bit wacko. It's a bit much for what I was hoping, so I'm not going to use that. It's looking a little bit better. And it really all comes down to when you're doing this, the final take, it's just frozen for a second, so I'm just going to wait. It's not frozen anymore. The real thing is you just got to have patience, and you just got to keep doing it until you find exactly what you want. What do you want? Nope. Okay, so now you've got that kind of shape. I'm going to create a backing to this. Actually, I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Okay. So as you can see, you've got this little, I guess, platform for your actual tune logo. So you want to go to down to polygon mode, and you want to go select ring tool, and you want to find a certain spot that hasn't been, like here. Okay, now we get into the material section of it. In the other section, it's got a fair few materials, including the brick here, the mat, the bricks, and the Banji ice. So you can use any of that for this. For this, I'm going to use the matte brick just to show that you can use this and it is like a decent thing. But if you're wondering what these materials are, there's not an actual color in them. These are overlays practically. So in Photoshop, if you got a normal color, so if you created a normal color like a black for yourself by just double clicking down here, dragging to the black and creating the color, you can overlay that. So if you go back up to here, you can drag it on and then you can overlay it with your matte tool. And as you can see, it's created this nice sort of feel around it. You still get the black, but then like you get the grunge look over it, I guess, if that's what you want to say. It's, yeah, a filter, a diesel shader. It's in German. Can't read that, but yeah, that's what I was explaining about then. So that's fairly simple. Okay, now with coming to the actual coloring, I'm just gonna fix up a few things down here to make it a bit more like nice. Just getting a little more edge. Okay, so now you've got that. You can create some lights like shooting off here and everything like that. I'll go through that in a second. I'm just going to check how long this is going. Alright, 16 minutes already to create this piece. Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Now you want to go to your matte tool, and I'm just going to use the brick. So you just place the brick on, and as you can see, it changes color straight away. But we'll go to the settings so we can render and see what it looks like. So you're up to settings, and I've told you in other tutorials, 1920 by 1200. Say you want to save as a PNG, your alpha channel's on. Your render settings are not global. Never use global illumination because it renders the actual lighting pack useless. Everyone asks what it means. It's literally what do you think it means? Global like is everything, and illumination means it will just brighten everything up, and therefore renders the actual light pack you use useless. So don't use that. It gets rid of shadows and all the effects the actual lighting pack uses. So I'm just going to save it as tutorial model. Alpha channel's on. You want lens effect, object glow, lens effect, ambient occlusion, whatever you want to say. If you want to use color correction, you can change the contrast. I'm not going to use it. Depth of field to give it a nice realistic view, and that's about it for that. So you just go through anti-aliasing, make sure that's best, not geometry, and yeah, so now we'll render, and this is probably going to take a while because it's a fairly detailed thing, so I'll just come back to you when it's rendered. Okay, just for the sake of the exercise, I took all the settings off and let it render just so we could actually see what the shadows are. You know, like you can see the basic outline of it, and that's what the color you're gonna get. I added the matte tool down below, the one I was talking about before, the overlay, to the actual logo and well, the model itself, and it gave it a really nice grunge look. So I'm gonna keep it with that. But a lot of people like to add effects to your thing, so all you want to do is go back to your actual model, go to polygon mode, back to ring selection, and you click on what you want to change. So I'm going to change these two. I'm going to go extrude, pull them in, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to use the light from the actual softbox, sorry, not softbox. That's looking a bit plain, so I'm just going to go quickly in here. And as you can see, it's a fairly big process. My computer's not handling it that well, and it usually does, so I don't know why it's doing this. Make sure, actually extrude. Oops. And sometimes matrix extrude stuff up, so don't worry about that. Okay, so all you have to go back to the polygon mode,